Most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work. You need somebody?
When I need proof, I pray that I find the truth. Feel like it's pulling my tooth, and what's done in the dark slowly letting me loose. My love right by my side, she know I ain't got no coof. Picture me, tossing in my sleep. I'm fighting demons alone, she hugging me, screaming we. Picture somebody bringing life to your life. Got the plug, told Virgil, right wife on my wife. Nick it easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. Back here with my brothers from another, on another special, good, favorite
on another, with
topic.
another, to another, for another.
Yeah. So we're going to do what we always do. Ant, how was your week?
Week was pretty good, man. It is a special day today. We are celebrating my brother's anniversary. Man. Happy anniversary, dog.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
But my week was cool, though. Regular work week, man. Staying out of the way. Staying hydrated and sunflower seed up out here from work. But
Thought snacking it.
it's cool, though. Yeah, thought snacking it. I'm good, yeah.
So,
How was your week, stuff?
week was productive. It feels good to be on vacation.
Yes.
I cannot wait to go to AC with my wife and enjoy.
How long you staying again?
For a couple days, 3 days.
And y'all going to Ohio, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what's up. But yeah, definitely the vacation is needed. Anything that happens at work, fuck 'em. I'll get back to y'all when I get there. Okay.
The mini vacation is always the common before the storm.
Yeah.
Cause the big vacation, the debacle, as you call them,
No, you mean the debauchery.
the debauchery. Okay,
Yeah,
I got to sacrifice one of my vacation weeks.
that's not good.
Yeah.
that's why it's about sacrifices. I
know, right?
Roman Rome.
your
How was your week? And tell everybody about your beautiful anniversary.
week is terrible, but the anniversary is amazing. 7 years. 7 years strong. That's all I got.
They said I would make it.
What?
They said I wouldn't be here today.
Whoa.
Two different songs.
Two different
Get out
gospel
here.
songs, definitely. Somebody ain't been to church in years. Somebody forgot who Jesus was.
This guy.
Did you know Jesus what?
Boy, yeah.
Why did he cry?
I don't remember. I just remember when I was in school. I mean, when we was when we
Because his homie died.
when I was young.
That's not why he cried either.
I thought it was because his homie died.
No, because he knew his homie
Yeah,
wasn't
shut
dead.
your ass up trying to play me. I remember when we was
at
young
least I had-
and
at least I had a guess.
He
and
cried because
choir
the people ain't
rehearsal.
had no faith. About his homie died.
Oh,
That's why he came in. Lazarus, come forth. Y'all need. Oh my God, I'm starting. Yo, we're going to do Bible study lessons on the pod.
I told you I don't.
Amen.
I know the main
Amen.
whatever. When
Jesus the main character.
Shut up. When we was young, and I was in choir rehearsal, when my aunt ended choir rehearsal, she made everybody say a scripture. If you ain't know a scripture that was like right off top, you just said Jesus what? Only the young ones said that though.
No, some old heads say that now to this day. What he cried for? I don't know. I wouldn't
I used to say the same one. For God has not given us the power of the joint of a sound mind.
The Lord
The
is.
spirit of fear.
Yeah, that
The-
one.
the
You
Lord-
gotta say it like that, nigga. You know what it is.
The Lord is on my side. I should not fear what can man, what can circumstances do unto me.
What do you squint your eyes and shit for? I don't give a fuck if you know about heart.
I couldn't see, bitch.
It makes you feel better. 4 weeks later, I was able to see last week and now I can't see this week. You know? Just saying.
Hey,
It's a blackout.
what was the bull name?
Blackout.
Hector?
Hector. In the Bible?
No, Spanish bull
On what?
that whooped your ass. He came back for more.
Victor, nigga.
First of all, he wasn't even Spanish though. Like he was black.
What kind of was Victor. It wasn't Hector.
No, I just don't understand. I've never heard of a Victor.
Yo, bro, full disclosure though, me and Victor used to rumble a lot. Like we used to rumble a lot.
Are they become friends?
So we were actually friends prior to that. Like, all right, so like second grade and stuff. Like we used to that's what we did. We used to rumble. I used to kick his ass, kick my ass. That day, I should not have tried to fight Victor because I know I couldn't see.
Dirty ass up?
Tore that ass up. Couldn't see.
Why couldn't you see?
Because we was playing ball and I poked in the eye. He did it.
Oh yeah,
Dummy. And I wanted to fight him. Fight the nigga that poked you in the eye and you can't see. Remember how Craig was swinging and Jibo was laughing? That's how I felt. He was just dipping that Joe.
you've been wilding these past couple weeks, sir.
He was just dipping like he's like, come on, bro, like chill, like it's not that deep.
So you telling me?
hard as
So you telling me he was moving like an anime character?
Yeah, he was like Dragon Ball Z. Ain't nobody hit nobody.
Nigga just like this and shit.
Right, right.
So fellas, we gonna get into it.
Come on, Craig. Come on, Craig. Come on, Craig.
Craig, get up.
Married men with trauma, going into a relationship and or a marriage with baggage, trauma. We're going to unpack it.
Which is something I think we all do or did.
So, I'm gonna start. I never start.
You never do, because they be like, well, you gonna start with me?
I'm gonna start as people say I never start or whatever. I ain't never started.
Don't sound like that, nigga.
Might as well, Craig.
The question is,
What the question
the
is?
idea that you had of a marriage as opposed to what marriage is now that I am in it or that we're in it. Speaking from like real shit, I thought marriage was the man being the provider, the man being the leader, the man doing all of this, and just the wife being his support system. Not really much, not necessarily not having a say, but just playing in the background. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which was trash. I can admit that thought process, or what I thought marriage was then, was a trash ass idea. And those are things that you learn. I thought that as a younger age, but as I got older, I thought it was something different. But now that I've been 5 years in, it's a partnership. It's a commitment. It's more than just, hey, I'm the provider. No, we're a team. It's more than her sitting in the back waiting for you to fuck up. No, it's like, it's more so of a, hey, listen, I'm struggling. I need you. Tag in. Hot tag. Wrestling reference. It's so much more than just, I'm gonna be the man, you be the wife. No, it's, I'm not feeling good today. Please take the reins. Or, I see that you're struggling. No need to cook dinner. I got you. I mean, it's more of a partnership. It's more of being that shoulder to cry on. Being that person that you can be there to rub their back when they need you. Or just like, being able to tag in and out when you're not feeling too good, or you're not having a good day, knowing strengths and weaknesses. So opposed to it now, well, back then, totally different, and it's nowhere near what I thought it would be. And
I kind of got emotional.
Ain't nothing new.
Shut the fuck up, yo.
I'm like, why is this? Hold on. I looked over to him. He's looking at me like, why is this eye so juicy? What is going on? What's good?
You saying what you going over? This nigga looking at the memories in the background and shit, like how they do on movies and TV. And like, never would have made it.
Oh, well, I'm gonna come back to you.
Yeah, please.
No, get out. What was the question again? No, because you went in a little bit. Like, I had to stop listening to you and just veer off. I didn't want to take nothing you
But
said.
when I say I'm fucking gay,
No, I didn't get emotional. I was just like, oh, let me stop listening to him. Like, I hear him, let me stop listening because he's saying all good stuff. I ain't want to come back and say, yeah, what Steph said. Like, that's
So,
nutty.
the idea that you had a marriage as opposed to what it is now that you're in a marriage.
The idea that I had of marriage was pretty much like, all right, there's this relationship, everything's going to be peaches and cream, everything going to be happy. You're going to get on your white horse and sail off to the sunset. You married, it is what it is. It's about everything about to be fun, everything about to be lovey-dovey, like all that stuff. Marriage is literally what?
yo, you make cartoon kiss sounds.
Okay. Find me, sign me. I make good kiss sounds. Follow me at BMMW. Marriage is literally what the vows are. Through sickness and in health, till death do you part. For richer or for poor. I mean, I didn't say it in order, but it's like, just to pinpoint on some of the stuff that Steph said, like, listen, sometimes we're like, yo, I need you to rub my back. Like, I don't have it. Marriage is literally communicating, admitting when you're wrong, giving the other party a chance to grow. You guys are growing together. You have to understand each other moving forward. Marriage is process. Marriage is what you make it. Everybody have their own stigma of what marriage is, or the first 5 years you're going to do this, or the first 3 years this going to happen. You're not going to love it until year 10. And it's like, bro, don't put that crap on me. Like, that's what you went through because you ain't love your spouse and you didn't know how to do this and third. So people do that often. I literally just told my cousin who got married a few weeks ago, like, listen, everybody's going to come and try to put their stigmas on you. As long as you communicate, you're good. I feel like any marriage with great communication goes further than any marriage without communication, because it'd be like the smallest stuff, bro.
That is
like, it's like your socks on the floor. So what? If you'd have told me ahead of time, I don't like you put your socks right there. All right, well, maybe I would have moved them 10 years ago. But you telling me 10 years and 2 days later, my socks is always here. I always thought that marriage one thing was like, yeah, I'm gonna come home to a home cooked meal every night. Yeah, that's chalk. She probably thought she'd come home to a home cooked meal every night too, because what I do. But that's chalk too. Like, sometimes you don't feel like cooking. Sometimes you want leftovers, like stuff like that. Like, sometimes you don't want to do it. Like, sometimes you want to go out and cook a whole feast. Sometimes you want to cook some beans and hot dogs, or some ooze and ooze and hot dogs, or just peanut butter and jelly. Like, it's marriage.
That shit is so funny that you say that, because this past week, there's certain days. Obviously, there's certain days like Monty doesn't. Like I said, she will not fucking let me cook simply because she don't want to clean the kitchen. That's fine with me. I can you come home, you shower, and then you cook whatever. But this week was a lazy ass week. We had chicken patties and shit.
Ew. You make too much money to eat a damn chicken patty.
Bro, we had
No,
chicken
you don't.
Yes, he does.
No, you don't.
You make too much money for Elliot's Pizza too.
Get the fuck out. I fucking Elio's Pizza. We switched now. We use this Freshetta.
I mean, I probably make too much ooze and noodles, but I'm never gonna stop buying them.
Yo, bro,
Whatever
like you
this
gotta.
pizza is, Freshetta is like the.
I don't know
the shit.
if you, there's 2 Red Bears in that bitch right now.
2 what?
Red Bear.
What is that?
It's a brand. It's a pizza brand.
None of that.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Shit is
You
good
gotta
shit.
try the Freshetta Jones.
I don't want it.
They probably like $1 more.
Hey, we ain't getting paid for that. We ain't gotta try it. It's nasty.
But yeah, like this week she didn't feel like it. We had chicken patties, we had sausages and shit. She was like, I'm tired.
Laboratory food. It's the food. It's like, here's the funny thing about it. So my mom did program me to like go shopping, and you go shop, you get all the stuff that you gotta cook. I don't feel like cooking. So what I'm gonna eat now? This is why I order out because I don't feel like cooking. I forgot to pull something before I went to work, or I didn't season enough and then put it in a crock pot. So then I was like, you got all this food that just be sitting there, and it's like, yo, I don't know what to tell you because I ain't cooking. Oh, babe, I ain't cooking either. Oh, well, hot dogs it is. I don't care. I'm making a survival meal. I'm going to eat.
Monty be like, listen, give me some chips and some water,
Bro.
or
Come on the water fountain.
bro,
Bonkers.
it's summer, it's hot. She bought a fucking tub of fucking water ice. If she can eat that every fucking day, she will.
Damn. Where the no. I'm still hungry.
Not her.
All I did was quench her thirst.
Man,
Yes, sir.
the idea you had of marriage as opposed to what it is now that you're in it.
Shh.
I'm emotional.
Carl Thomas.
The idea I had of marriage. The idea I had of marriage was, and this is based off of me seeing my mom and dad together for 19 years, and they were married. Asia was born in '96, so from '96 to I want to say they was married for like.
So just 18, right?
My math ain't mad.
It's about
right
2000.
now.
You graduated in 2006, so you was 17 you graduated, or you was 18 you graduated?
So 96 to 2009. That's 13 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
13 years. They was married for 13 years. I've never seen them argue a day in my life. I never,
Really?
never seen them argue a day in my life. I found out probably like at 27 that whenever they argued, they used to get in the car and go to like the train station and argue.
They arguing for nothing. The train company, they can't even hear each other.
Well, it was late. Like so whenever I got into an argument with a woman, in my mind it was, what the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck is an argument? Like, just do what the fuck I say and keep going. Like,
because that's what you saw.
that's what I saw. Like,
Got you. You didn't see the actual argument to know.
I
This nigga said, dude, what the fuck I told you?
that's really like, I just didn't. This is what I saw. Like, I never saw my mom like get dressed up. I never seen my mom like put makeup on. None of that shit. So like when I was in a relationship or my marriage, getting dressed up, going out with your girlfriends. Remember the story that I said about Shar leaving to go to the Jamaica party?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like what the fuck? The audacity.
Yo,
So-
that's actually funny though, because I feel like you was always a nice dressed person. Like when you go out places, so in my mind, like that's who you was. So I feel like that's what your people that you was dating would actually do until you got married to the girl that wear ball dresses and shit, ball gowns everywhere.
Yo, she was sharp as shit for my wedding, bro.
What you thought she was getting married? She was that joint?
Yo,
what the whole
funny as
shit. I see a mirror.
Listen, what was
doing?
funny as shit, right? This nigga all hype and shit, right? Charges with her drink just two-step. This nigga hype as shit. She just like this and shit. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, man. I never seen. So
That's interesting.
My idea of a marriage was, I mean, like later on, that's when I started realizing it. Like, my pop would stay in the basement. I guess like when they was like on their way out, my pop would stay in the basement. My mom would stay in the room. She's always been like a book reader, so like my mom would just read books. Like, my pop never went to church. I never in my life seen my pop in the church unless it was a funeral. So what I seen in the marriage was the woman go back and forth to church and the man never go to church. So when I got old enough to make my own decision, I never went to church.
You know where that stemmed from? The conversation we had a few weeks ago about Adam and Eve. That's why I've still been in the church.
Yeah, so like I like he never went to church. Like I never even known my pop. He's a Mason, so and he do believe in a higher power. Yeah. He don't believe in, I guess, religion. I guess whatever my mom said. So it was like far fetched to me to go to church with my significant other and like create a church family and shit like that. So, like, but being in it has so much to fucking learn, man. Like, one in particular, the blended family, never had to worry about that. Like, Irene probably she's the one who has to really worry about that. Asia never seen that. I never seen that. So Irene is the one who watches the blended families now. Like, seeing my mom and Freddie with Devontae and seeing Miss Tamika, like she sees that now. But me, until I moved out, it was just us. So that was like one of them things for a fact that I couldn't go to my parents and talk about, like when it came to Shar and like the time when I sent T.Y. back to his mom because all that shit was happening, and Shar was mad that I didn't
have a conversation.
Yeah, have a conversation with her.
Yeah.
In my mind, it was like, that's my fucking son, like not your son, like. I mean, but it's like I'd never seen that, so I never. I told you. Remember, I told you what I never gave, like, my parents never gave me the opportunity to say, "You're not my dad." Like, I did that. I gave T.Y. that opportunity. You know, he told me, man, that.
Are you serious? Should have.
He said.
I thought you told us he said it.
Yeah, that shit was funny. Yeah, but it's like shit like that. So when it came to me, what like my idea of a marriage, completely opposite of what I actually had to get in front of and make all this shit work, man. Like it was.
Bro, that might be the one situation that didn't directly affect me, but I wanted to have so much to do with it, bro.
I was going to speak on that because I do remember Tashira's 30th. And you was
At the
there.
house?
Yeah. And I was like, yo, bro, what's good? How you doing? How's T.Y. been? And then, like,
Take a deep breath.
he gave, like, a nonchalant answer. And, like, it caught me off guard. He was like, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I wish what I knew then, or what I knew now then, so I can help. If anyway, like if it's just to hear you out, how you feeling, how you doing, anything.
That was I was going through all those changes at that moment.
Yeah. It kind of so it's funny, like, and I know this is like it's off topic, but it's kind of on topic because he was like in a dark place, but it wasn't like he was in a dark place, but he was still allowing himself to, like, you know how people go dark and it's just like dark. He was still like accepting, like, the the good criticism.
My happiness
and stuff like
was
that.
being around other people's happiness.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Like I didn't at that point. Like Shar was helping me learn. Like she was helping me accept the things around me that was happening to me was the happiness that I needed. So I was in a dark place, but everybody else's love was my joy. Yeah.
The reason why I say that because again, a lot of men don't know or understand that we just need to be heard out. Like it could just literally be like you having a bad day and you want to talk about that bad day or you like what you're experiencing. And if I obviously hindsight being 2020, if I knew what was going on back then, I definitely would have pulled you to the side. Like, yo, do you need somebody to talk to? Do you need, is there anything that you need to help you?
After that is when I started the men's Mondays at the church. All that shit. I was that moment.
I think it started a little before.
Yeah, I did.
I mean,
so
after
it
the
was.
situation.
So that whole period was when I was going through my changes that I'm at right now, which was like what 3 years ago. Yeah. So, I mean, it was definitely. I probably wouldn't have listened to you.
I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah,
but
just because if you did do it, you probably would have had like a different perception of me because I didn't listen to you. But I was just going through the motions.
Yeah. Like I said, I understand it.
Hopefully, like whoever did try, like if it wasn't outside of my immediate best friends or the men in the church from Men's Monday, if it was anybody outside of that and y'all listening to this, I do apologize. Because I wasn't in my right mind. And when I was in my right mind, I had to be specifically in a space with the people that I trusted. So, at that point, I didn't know you. I didn't trust you. So
listen. I understand. I don't take it as a
like right now, I probably would have, if that would have happened, right now was the time I would have reflected back and let you know everything. So you can get a better version of who I am to understand that and grow into what we can.
I definitely understand. It was just more so of my kindness because I don't like seeing any man down. If there's anything that I can do to help, if that's even just being like, hey, what's going on? How you doing? That's what I want to do. Especially someone Sorry, hold on. Phone start tripping.
Yeah.
Especially, no, it's listening.
That pick up that voice, yeah.
So especially somebody who lucked out for me. Again, you didn't have to, but you was in my wedding, and I thought you was a cool, thorough ass dude. So you know, let me stop there because I get juicy.
Yeah. Nah, but no, like, and again, like it's still on topic because it's definitely trauma.
Yeah,
but it's like I like the fact that because Anthony is who he is, a lot of people would not have understood it if they didn't know that he was going. Like if they didn't know him, he was going through that. You wouldn't have understood it. So it was like when, let's just say, leading up to him posting the shower and all that other good stuff, he was still like in that dark place, but he knew how to get out of it.
Fucking killed me for T.Y. to not be there.
That's how
no kids was there.
Yeah.
But the fact that he wasn't there,
because he wanted him to be a part of it. So I remember, and I got there. I said, I said, T.Y. here? He was like, no. But it was like a no. It was like a no, and he just walked off. And I'm like, damn. So it was like, anytime I'm around my brothers, I could tell when they hurting and when it's like a different type of like.
That's not when you have a son or a daughter, like when you have a child, like that's not the type of shit that you want him to miss. Main reason why, like, he was before all the shit that my cousins and all that shit wasn't in the wedding. He was going to be a junior groomsman.
I remember that.
I don't know who he was. He probably wasn't going to walk down with nobody. He was going to be a junior groomsman. But then once that shit happened with my cousin, I asked Monty. I was like, Monty, you mind walking down with T.Y.? And she was like, why the fuck would you even ask me? I was like, but I was just like, yeah, like, not only do I want him to be a junior groomsman, I want him to have a responsibility and of him knowing what a groomsman is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, not just junior groomsman. You are a groomsman now. This is why I'm asking you to be a groomsman. Like, outside of my son, I'm giving you these reasons of why I want you to be a groomsman. You know what I mean? So, yeah, now that right there, that literally made up for every fucking thing else. That moment right there. And the moment we had at the hotel. You was with Monty, so if you wasn't with Monty, like, or she was like out of town, would have asked you to come. Because I asked a couple people to come. Like, Serge came because Jazz is in the wedding. So it was certain people who was there because they significant others either in the wedding or not, and I ain't want nobody to lead a significant other. But it was I definitely wanted people to be there, like at the hotel room. But I'll tell you when we get done.
Yeah, so I just want to say this so you won't get juicy. Well,
here you go.
This nigga won't be juicy at.
I was in the wedding.
As long as you don't cry like Tommy Pickles. He'd be like, I don't want responsibilities anymore. Yo, I saw the new Rugrats.
It's a new one. We're not gonna talk about that.
Terrible.
You're a dope ass father, bro.
Oh shoot!
That's all. That's all.
You just learn a lot, man. You learn a lot, and once you realize what it is, you just you have to adapt to that shit. Like you have to fuck it. I thought it was gonna be easy for me to do it. It wasn't. What happened to the John? I forgot to grab one. You ain't telling me. But yeah, I do appreciate that. But it's she. Certain changes just gotta be done, man. Like it ain't no I'll get to it. Like Mr. Hiram said when we had the Culture of Trauma episode, like and when he said it at first, I was just like, but shit be happening as men in our lives. Like it's hard for us to just be like you can't cry over it, you gotta get it done. Like it's hard for us to do that. Like sometimes as men we gotta be like you can cry, like it's cool to cry, it's cool to sit back and gather your shit together. I tell T.Y. that shit all the time. Like when he about to get in trouble, like you about to cry, and he be like, no, I be like, yes you are. Like go sit down and cry. Like cry first, get all that shit out.
Don't make me cry though.
No, I'm making you cry because now you getting all that shit out. Because everything that I'm telling you in the midst of this, the only thing you're thinking about is your tears and you getting your ass whooped. So cry, get all that shit out, get all your emotions out. So when you come back, I might not want to whoop your ass now. I might really want to give you this conversation and give it to you as raw and authentic as I can. And that's what I've been doing a lot lately. It's been times when he been getting in trouble, and I'll had a conversation with him, and that shit turned to a conversation. Well, Dad, how do I do this? How do I do that? Or when I did this, like, what should I do? What should I have done? Like, that's how the conversation should be. Mm-hmm. Like, so a lot of shit, like, just like you can't deny that shit, man. Like, you can't deny energy, you can't deny feelings. Like, you can't deny pain. Like, you can't. It's certain shit that you just can't deny, especially as men and the trauma that we deal with on a daily. Like,
you basically just answered the second question, so I'm not even going to ask you the question because that's how you unpack your baggage before getting married. You
don't deny it. Yeah.
Yo, but the reason why I said what I said when we had our little meeting the other day, and just hearing you bond with Hero and shit. After all the shit that you've been through, bro.
I be talking to him like he's 7 years old.
He's like this. My boy. I'm like,
it was funny.
It was funny as shit.
You gotta watch
but I
hey,
knew,
my man, you can't eat and cry at the same time. You're gonna choke. Stop playing.
I knew that was coming from a sincere ass place.
Yeah.
And it was just dope to see.
I also think, like, just for me on the outside looking in, the mistakes that was made with Tyler, he doesn't want to make those same mistakes with Hero.
Yeah, that's why I call it. I don't even call it Parenting 102. I call it Parenting 101B. Like, because I got a boy. It'd be 102 if I have a girl, but it's 101B. Now that I got another boy, and I'm just and the changes that I make with Hero, if TY is there, I explain. I used to be like, "Yo, this is what I used to do to you, and that shit did not work. That's why I'm doing it this way." So I don't want him to have the idea like, "Damn, Dad, you ain't do that with me."
Mm-hmm. And he ain't gonna know. Hey, wait a minute, what happened when he was a baby?
I know, but even if he get older, like if Hero is 6 and I'm doing something different, and he remembers it at 6, he only 12. So when Hero get like 6, 7, he gonna be 18, 19. So he probably do remember things at 7, 8 years old. I know I do.
Oh yeah.
So I like if something's changing, like I'll make sure he know that, yo, I fucked this up with you, and I'm correcting it now. But as long as I let you know that I fucked it up, and what I should have did, like I'm letting him know everything on it. I'm putting it on the table right now, so you can't be like, damn, he didn't do that shit with me, or damn, he ain't feel like that when I did it, or like I don't want you to ever feel some type of way about the way I'm raising your brother.
Right.
So the corrections that I'm making with him, I'm letting you know the corrections, so you can incorporate that into your life and your travels, your journey.
Rome, since like I said, Ant definitely answered this question when he was going on. How do you unpack your baggage before you get married? Before getting married,
you got to be open enough and have the conversation. I told my wife before we were married, like when we were dating, that I was molested. I didn't want it to be like a surprise or something like that.
You did?
Yeah, I told her before we got married. I told her, like, remember we were together for like 4 years before.
You never told me you did say that.
Yeah,
How did she take it?
She just like, she listened. So my wife is a great listener. And it's like, of course she had like questions and things like that, but she's always been a great listener. So I feel like the way you unpack stuff, like, it's like slowly but surely you just gotta like take the layers off. Mm-hmm. Once you feel comfortable enough with a person to start having those conversations,
remind me to touch on that, the layers part.
Okay. You just have to. So it's like we've had conversations. Me and Tashira we had a lot of conversations that I've never had with other people I was in a relationship with. No, like, I mean,
you know
like,
what?
prior to marriage,
so that's your wife, yeah. So
no, but even before.
Yeah, so not
marriage,
saying like you this was supposed to tell me.
Yeah.
I heard the conversation, but I just would have never thought like.
Yeah, but I felt like I had to, because like, how can I make this make sense? You know how you walk around. Yeah, so like when you was in like that dark place, people who didn't know you didn't know what you were going through. People who knew you knew what you were going through. Didn't know that we know how to navigate with it, but we still knew that it was a lot of stuff that was like going on. Mm-hmm. So I can navigate around it better, but I'm probably still not going to get to my destination, if that makes sense.
Right. Absolutely.
But I feel like in your relationship, you got to have those conversations, whether it be friendships or not. But it's like when you talking about like your spouse or your girlfriend, you got to know that type of stuff, because some stuff might be a trigger. Mm-hmm. So if like, yo, you smack my butt, that's a trigger. Don't touch my ass. Like stuff like that. Like why is it a trigger? Like like da-da-da-da. You got to go into why. Like, and I think that's how it originally came out. I think that's really originally how it came. Mm. But you gotta start unpacking, you get to know people, you feel comfortable, you start taking layers off until you get down to, I guess, the nakedness of it, and then this is who I am. Nobody want to be in a relationship and not know. You want to be in a relationship with somebody, you wake up 15, 20 years later and it's like, yo, who is this? Because you didn't have conversation, so. Gotta be open.
This is probably going to be the rawest I've ever been on a pod.
Oh, shit.
To answer the question, how do you unpack your baggage before getting married? The old me would say, the fair me would say, I don't know. And the reason why I would say I don't know,
It's because you didn't do it.
exactly. And the
Makes
reason why I
sense.
didn't do it because that shit was buried so deep
Uh-huh.
into the dark abyss of my soul and who I am as a person that I didn't trust anybody to tell them how I felt about certain situations.
That makes sense.
The smart me, the person who I've become, would basically say, hey, what you did before, burying it and keeping it in and bottling it and stuff like that, that's how to unpack the baggage. That's how to remove the baggage. To communicate, to talk, to be open, be honest. Let people know how you feel. Let your parents know how you feel. Just because you're your parents, you can talk to them about how certain things went down and how certain things are without being disrespectful. They may still see it as disrespectful or you criticizing them, but you have to let them know that you're coming from a place of love, a place of understanding, a place of trying to get your point across so they can see your ideologies and your ideas of what you believe in. I know from speaking from experience that I was a very deep, dark to myself person. All my emotions and feelings and all that other shit was buried deep inside me because I didn't trust anybody. Because I didn't want to burden anybody with what I was going through when they already have shit going on they plate. I mean, and what happens is you do that out of love for them, but what about the love for yourself? You try to say, oh, I don't want to put more on you than you can bear, but you are over here suffering, screaming for help, drowning in your emotions and your feelings and the shit that you're going through, the trauma that you're going through, that you don't know how to speak on it because you're so concerned about others. They always say, how can you love someone else before you love yourself? And I had to learn that the hard way. So as I stated, the old me, I didn't know how to unpack my baggage. The man that I am today, August 7th, knows how to remove that baggage and remove that anchor off of your ankle and lift up so you can feel lifted and loved and be at the place that I am today.
Never let somebody never let your significant other deal with your trauma that's bottled up.
That's facts.
I think it's
Meaning-
facts, but I think it's easier said than done.
You know what I want to say, but I'm not gonna say it.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so many reasons why Shar should not be here. If we could reverse the hands of time, Hero would not be here. I put Shar through so much shit, man, and yes, it's her first child. This is like everything that she wanted, but she would not be here if she could reverse the hands of time. Like Hero would not be there. Would be no us, man. Like, and that's why like some of the shit, like I be feeling like I shouldn't even have the right to fucking complain about. Like I was a nut ass nigga, man. Like, and she fucking took me in, like, and took me and TY, and like that shit just like.
What you want me to do? All right.
Like, oh no, like it was it's in no form of fashion should I have let her deal with my fucking traumas, my pain, man. Like, so fucking nutty of me, and I be like sitting up here like, dog, like you like, and that's why I could say with pride like, yo, you gotta be solid, you gotta be like super thorough and like who you are, like, cause I know what I came from. But if I wouldn't have had Shard right now, like I don't think I would be here. Like, I think I would have went through all this suicidal shit that I really wanted to go through. Like, I really thank God that, like, I sat down and asked T.Y. like, yo, do you remember when the story that we talked about, do you remember when you walked in the room and you seen me with the gun in my head and you walked away? And he fucking, like, dropped a tear right there on the spot and was like, no, but I'm happy I don't remember that.
Wow.
Like, oh, like, this is the shit that, like, this is real, like, I probably shouldn't even said that to him. But that be me, like, wanting to really have these fucking conversations so he could go through life in the best way possible and not have to bottle shit in.
Right.
Like, I remember, man, we had a conversation, me, my mom, my dad, my sisters, and I was like, yo, I think I mentioned it before, like, I was like, yo, like, I was going through suicidal issues, and like, y'all just was like, what's wrong? Like, y'all didn't ask the right questions, and it kind of fit, like, they felt like I was, like, judging them for that shit, and I was just like, no, like, it's just part of learning your kids. And I remember I was like, I went to go talk to Mr. Hiram and Miss Tony, and when I said something about suicidal issues, the questions was a little different. Like, and I was just like, y'all don't do that, though. Like, and my pop took it as, like, what he said to me was, I don't give a fuck what another man do in his house. And I was just like, I'm not comparing y'all. I'm not asking you to do what another nigga is doing in his house, in your house. I'm not asking you that. Like, that's one of them layers to peel back. That's why I said, like, that layer right there was not for you to tell me you don't give a fuck what another nigga is doing in his house.
He called Mr. Hiram a nigga?
Well, he didn't say nigga.
I'm gonna say, ooh,
he was like, I don't give a fuck what another man is doing in his house. And I'm just like,
wait a minute, don't tell him.
I'm just like, that's one of them layers. This is not meant for that. Like, it's meant for you to be like, damn, like, maybe I should ask my son a different way. Maybe I should learn to ask questions a different way. That's why I ask T.Y. questions in a different manner, in a different tone, so he can take it in differently and feel more comfortable. Right. Like, I wasn't doing that shit like to compare y'all, like, in no form of fashion. That wasn't even the ideology that I had for the whole thing that I was telling you. Like, man, yo, fucking traumas is, oh my god, fuck, yo.
Listen, man, I feel you. I agree with you with the whole aspect of the traumas that I went through. I should not have put mine through that shit. And it was, people could say, oh, daddy issues. It's more than that, though.
It's way more than daddy issues.
It's more than that. It's wanting, it's seeing what homie got, what my uncle was doing with his kids, and et cetera, and wanting that guidance, and wanting that relationship and that bond, you know? Like, I didn't get to ride a bike with my dad. That's probably why I don't know how to ride a fucking bike now. I didn't get that, you know, that moment with him.
Yeah, we gotta get you to ride a bike, bro.
Super Bowl Sundays, I didn't get that.
But I get it, because, like, if you'd have hit that wall and your pop was there to provide a different emotion, you probably be a fucking bike connoisseur now.
Yeah,
like, nothing else.
Like, no bike connoisseur. We ain't gonna say that. Let's not go that far.
I may be skinny. I may be fucking fit. I may be riding the bike.
That could be true. But we ain't gonna say you no damn bike connoisseur. we ain't gonna go that far, big fella. But yeah, he's still in his feelings. He out here talking nice. So you might be a bike connoisseur.
But I mean, like I said, like
You
the whole what having the dad, my dad around when the whole thing that I had, the whole disagreement I had with my mother about my wedding, that I didn't want her to do anything. I wanted her to sit back, relax, and enjoy the moment. He might have been able to step in and tell her and give her an idea of.
Was he married?
My father?
Yeah, like did he marry?
No.
Okay.
No. But
Well,
maybe
not was he? I'm talking like he passed.
Yeah, but-
I'm sorry.
maybe he could have stepped in and gave her the idea of where I was coming from. You know what I mean? Like, these are things that I feel like I brought into our marriage, and not being able to communicate, definitely was a big thing. I'm walking around the house feeling this heavy burden on my chest and not saying shit and taking it out on Monty. What I mean by taking it out on her is the snappiness. The no, I'm cool. The no, I'm go ahead, you can eat. Or
And then being in denial, like,
yeah, exactly.
like I know something wrong. No, ain't nothing wrong. Like, you
Yeah.
answering me quick. Like, that's the way I want to answer it. Like,
Yeah.
accept it. Like, yeah.
But you gonna come lay down? No, I'm playing the game right now. I'm not tired. Or
Bro, that's the one. Like, yo, it's so crazy. Like, not to cut you off, it's so crazy. I told my wife, like, I if I'm ever like in the living room playing the game, is because I don't want to be like too distant because I need you, but I don't need you at the same time. From trying to be a man and mask it. And they asked me like, why you play the game so much? I said because it takes me out of reality and it puts me into a fantasy world where I can run around and I got the board dressed a certain way and I'm on to the course and I'm just destroying everybody. I'm not dealing with what's really going on. I'm really dealing with main man on 2K dribbling the basketball who can score 40, 50 points, but in real life I'm going to give you like 8. So I definitely, I get you with that.
And it hurts today because, like I said, we just passed 5 years, and being dismissive, you know, ain't nothing wrong. I'm good. Not being sincere when it came to how I was feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's one thing I'm always like. I try to run off every relationship with is being sincere and being honest and open and honest with people. But not being able to be sincere with my wife about how I was feeling hurt. Not only did it hurt her, let me say that. Not only did it hurt me, it hurt her worse. Because at that point in time, she felt as though I should have been able to communicate with her. But little did she know that I was holding something so deep inside of me and not being able to let that shit out. Because, one, I didn't think it was manly enough. It was the man thing to do. And then, two, I didn't know how to. I mean, it literally almost cost me my marriage. It's one of those things where they do in the movies where the person is leaving and then you just basically like spill your guts out.
Mm-hmm.
What hurts them most is the fact that they had to go through this just for you to spill your guts out.
Yep.
And it's like, damn, you had to physically get the idea in your head that you were gonna lose me in order for you to say
To get it.
to get it. And rather than just saying, babe, this is what's going on, this is what's bothering me, I need help, I'm drowning, please, babe, be my fucking life rafter, be my bodyguard, help me. And then you do dumb shit and you damn near lose it. You lose it all because of these past traumas that are holding us and making us drown and not being able to say, I need help. I feel like those are the words that men are afraid to say. I need help. People think it's going to make them less of a man. It's not. You're more of a man for admitting that you need help, you need guidance, you need someone to stop you from drowning. And I would not be here if she did not give me the chance to beg and scream for help.
What the fuck is going on, man? You on some bullshit because you brought this fucking topic to us.
Shout out to Jen.
Oh my goodness.
So, shit, we actually answered all our fucking own because the next one is, do you think you can get into a marriage as damaged goods? We literally just answered.
Well,
You can go into a marriage as damn as good,
But
but
you wanna
that
stay in
shit,
it, you
that's
make it
going to
like
be
a
the
step.
rockiest
Yep.
fucking wherever your destination
Yep.
is. That's going to be the rockiest destination you ever had, man.
Jerome, come to you on this one first. First. Due to past traumas, do you believe it is due to not being in tune with one's emotional self?
I'm in tune with my physical self. Yes. Maybe to a certain extent, because the one thing I like about us on the podcast, bro, we will talk. I think that it depends on the person. A lot of people, because they're not in tune with themselves emotionally, they don't want to talk about stuff. A lot of people, they don't want to bring up a lot of things that happened in their past because of where it takes them. The one thing I like about us on the podcast is we will have a conversation about whatever, whether it's on the microphones or off the microphones. I feel like we're pretty honest and vocal about, like, you know, what we've struggled with, where we've been, how far we've came, and I appreciate you guys for that. You know, that's not my thing for looking out, but I definitely appreciate you guys for that.
Likewise.
But I just think that to a certain extent, depending on who the person is, a lot of people, they just don't. They don't want to relive those moments because sometimes it makes them get emotional. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times, like I said this before, and I don't know why I said it on the pod, a lot of times you go through stuff that has nothing to do with you. You're going to do something for somebody else.
Yeah, and every time you say it, it's like it hit home even more.
Yeah, so it's like we be selfish in the moment. We don't want to relive the moments, but a lot of times it's like it's not even for us. Like I honestly feel like if you didn't hear the stories about me and my dad and how we, you know, came from where we were to where we are, I don't think you would have had a conversation with your dad. And it's not like me trying to take credit for it, but I really, like, because of the relationship that we have, I don't think it would have been, it wasn't easy at all, but I don't think it would have been the thought. I think you probably would have still been in savage mode. That's just my personal opinion.
This past year has taught me a lot. And I think I would have.
Are you answering the question?
No, that's a strike. He said, "Nigga, you ain't do nothing."
No, not even that. It's just
I'm playing.
It's just the fact that being here with you guys and going through what we went through as a unit. We are a fucking unit. The death to your grandma, the sudden death to your cousin, the anxiety that we both was talking about us having, and the depression and shit, and the things that you were going through and all that stuff, us communicating and talking and being open and honest with each other, and then being able to be men and being open and honest with our wives, opened my eyes to something. And that was listening to what you were saying and how you grew, inspired me. It did indeed inspire me to grow. But the things that we were going through and seeing how we were working as a unit, mm-hmm. I needed to do that for myself, for us, because I didn't want, people say content, but I feel like I wanted to be more real, you know, having that shit tucked in and holding and trying to alleviate myself from that dark space and uprise myself was definitely something that helped as well. And trying to combat all the negative energy that has been surrounding us as brothers this past 6 months in the beginning of the year, wanted to push that shit out. Because we have had a dark cloud over our lives past the first half of the year. Again, we definitely had some sprinkles, some good shit in there, but it was just dark as shit. And that was one of the things that I feel as though ever since, and it's weird, ever since I did that shit, I've been, like, the anxiety went away, the depression that I was having and shit like that went away. It was something that I needed to do for my wife, myself, and maybe a viewer, maybe a listener, a cousin, family member, somebody that's like, listen, I see your growth. I was thinking about doing something with X, Y, and Z, that and I did it because you gave me the idea, you gave me the courage, etc., to go through with it, because it was hard. It was hard as hell. Mm-hmm. And I thank you guys for being my Sunday therapy. Like this shit, y'all think this shit for y'all? No, this shit is for us. This shit is for us. Okay? This is our therapy session. Y'all niggas is just Have
really
y'all
is.
just a fly on the wall. Try therapy sessions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So appreciate my brothers, man.
Absolutely. Was that you answering the brunch?
That take it as you want.
Due to past traumas, do you believe?
Wait, hold up, though. So did I play a role or no?
I said you did. I said you did.
I know. Because I feel, you know, we be serious, emotional. I gotta crack the joke, make sure, you know, because he about to cry.
Yo, one of these days, I'm gonna get up and chuck you.
I think we all.
Real shit.
The sad thing about it is, I feel like we all plotting it. I feel like we all said something to one another, like, "Yo, so happy we just gonna hug such and such."
I do think the past traumas is due to one not being in tune with his emotional self. Like you said, that's the first. Like, don't nobody want to get triggered by that stuff again. But it's like if you don't release that pain, that tension, like you at some point you gotta have a release. Because if you don't, man, shit go downhill, and it go downhill fast. Like, fast to the point where, like, ain't nothing slowing that shit down. You gonna hit the bottom so fast, and it's gonna be ball game. Like, it's not... I applaud niggas who come back from traumas, like, who bounce back. Because it's not easy, especially for us, our people. It's not easy to do that shit, man. So... yeah, and
I mean, cut you off. You said you applaud, nigga. Applaud yourself, nigga.
These is for degrees, Michael.
Yeah. Yeah. You talking about you applaud niggas from bouncing back from trauma? It may have taken you a little bit longer than you would have wanted it to.
yeah,
But you bounce back, nigga.
no,
You definitely
you
bounce
absolutely
back, bro.
right. You absolutely right. You're right. Yeah, man. It's
Come on, we're bringing it, bro. Shit, my eye might be contagious. I ain't know. The beer might get in my eye, then this beer gonna go in my eye.
I keep forgetting what I'm about to say, but it's some thought-provoking shit too. I keep forgetting. Go ahead, man. Hopefully it come back to me.
You saw your eyes getting watery, so he helped you out.
I
That's all.
see you getting juicy again.
I keep forgetting what it was. Y'all play too much.
There is no. I mean, you got to finish so we can go to the next
I
match.
can't remember because y'all play too much.
Ooh, question,
Hopefully it come back.
All right, well, hopefully you can come back. But yo, like, the things that cause these traumas is just, I don't know.
You know what's crazy though? Brian said something very profound a few weeks ago. He was talking about, and I think I talked about it with him. He said something about how when he was younger and he moved to a relative house, and it's like he didn't realize that like he was poor, and that they were like, and I thought about that,
like homeless. And
I thought about that, but nigga, that's a trauma.
Yeah, 100%.
Bro, part of the reason that I do what I do financially is because, like, yo, I'm not going back. And that's the mindset that a lot of people have. So it's like when you get into these relationships, you have that trauma from back in the day, and then people make it seem as though, oh, you flashy, this, that. No, I'm not going back there. It's no way. It's no way. It's I can't. I can't do it. I can't. Nope. Ain't doing it.
Some of these past traumas that we all go through as life, our parents and grandparents and great grandparents, all of it is just life.
Yeah, I ain't with that.
Like, they was literally thinking that's just how shit is.
No, big fella.
Like that whole saying, and I realized this as an adult. That whole saying of you gotta play with the hand that life gave you.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'ma do what I need to do.
Throw that motherfucking hand in.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what I need to do, right?
And
If I got 5 cards and we playing 5-card Monte, and I see that I got 3 aces and a bunch of bullshit, I'm gonna put those 2 cards in that bitch to try to get those other 2 aces.
Yeah.
Because I'm not just going to sit here. I'm not going to settle. I will no longer sit here and fucking settle.
Right, but essentially you still playing the hand that you was given.
But but you're not selling.
No, I mean, after you're not. But like, I mean, I never played 5-card Monty, so I don't know what that is. But it's like, I feel like you can put cards back and pick up more. Correct.
Correct.
Right. So you're still playing the hand that you were dealt. It's just like you get a brick hand and pity pad. You're gonna work this brick and you're gonna win the game.
Or you can just throw the whole hand in and not
And say it's a misdeal.
Yeah.
I mean, chances of it being a misdeal, you know.
So what you do is you throw a card on the floor and be like, missed it.
Never playing cards with you again. All right.
Miss
Let's
Dillon.
show my team.
Miss Dillon.
But no,
all type
like
shit.
we don't. My whole thing is you don't necessarily have to. Just because you're from the hood don't mean you gotta live in the hood your whole life.
Absolutely.
Just because the people around you don't graduate from high school don't mean that you gotta graduate from high school. Not graduate from high school. You can always uplift yourself. You do not have to be a product of your surroundings. You can always strive to do better.
And you should.
You don't have to say, this happened because it's just life. No. I will not let anyone disrespect me, or I'm not gonna let anyone say what they want to say because it's just life. I'm not gonna accept the fact that you're hiring someone that's less than me and think, oh well, it's just life. No. I am no longer going to sit around and wait for the world to show me my worth. I'm going to go out there and break these curses so I can let the world know what I see in myself.
And when you go out and do that, make sure you're not going out being the a-hole that's cocky and arrogant, that's saying that you can do this, that, and the third, because a lot of times people think they could do stuff that they can't do and they're not ready for it. And in certain situations, everybody is not hating. You got some people trying to like help you and grow with you, but you think that you arrive before you arrive, and you go out there and then you're like, all right, well, I'm out. I holler at you, bro.
And you want to answer that? What are caused by these traumas? What's causing these traumas that we are going through?
So it's multiple it's multiple traumas and different causes from. The one that I was literally just thinking about, because we really didn't touch on well, I guess we touched on relationships, but I think the trauma that I had with when it came to women was after TY mom. Because like
She hurt you, bro?
yeah, absolutely, and I probably hurt her as well. My relationship traumas, I think it started because prior to my baby mom or Tyler's mom, it wasn't I didn't really have to like it came at that point where like I was all in. Again, like I said, when I was young, I said I don't want to get an apartment, I want to get a house. I got a house. I want to have a career job. Got a career job. I got all that shit. But I wanted to do that shit with her. And when that shit just went down the drain, that was the beginning of fuck get money. Fuck get money is a trauma. Because you are giving your energy to a slew of women that don't deserve your energy.
I didn't have no problems. I was ugly.
And it was in the car talking about unbreak my heart, say you love me.
Yeah, that's one of my
again.
favorite songs, though.
Yo, that shit is a dope ass song.
Yeah, man. Listen, fuck get money is
I ain't
a
the
trauma, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like,
I had all the ugly girls.
and yeah, I mean, thank God I got chicks before SEPTA and before the house. But when I got the house, because I got the house before I got the SEPTA, and that just enhanced it. And then SEPTA enhanced it. And after I got fired from SEPTA, all this shit just turned into savagery, which is still an enhancement. So, like,
Give or take a few.
being a savage when it comes to women, toxic, all that shit, that is a trauma.
But then you got married.
Great thing I got married.
Females,
Because you love your wife, right?
Because I love my wife.
females loving toxic energy is a trauma.
Absolutely is. It absolutely is, man.
I was
like,
never toxic. I was the ugly young boy, so I ain't never had.
you
I
could
ain't
be
had
ugly and
issues.
still toxic.
I wasn't toxic. I was just ugly.
I wasn't ugly. I was funny looking.
I was ugly with low self-esteem and pimples. And then the pimple was gone. Had a little wave. I said, woo. They still ain't want me.
Stupid.
Still ain't want me.
But yeah, man, because like at that point, it's like you're never gonna get the real me.
Mhm.
You're gonna get the intoxicating me. And I'm gonna make you love it.
I'm gonna make you.
I'm not gonna play games with your heart.
I was definitely gonna play games with your heart.
All right,
But
let wrap it up. Second off.
I'm not gonna play games with your heart, but I will make it as if I am the greatest thing you ever. Well, I guess that is playing
I was
games.
about to say you about to catch
You it was off of someone like, oh, you manipulated or some shit.
You got he definitely
Manipulative?
No, I know what the word is. Somebody was like, you manipulated.
You manipulated.
I wasn't much
Females.
of a manipulator.
Nigga, you just said it.
You definitely just said it.
You said I'm gonna make you think I'm the best thing you ever fucking
And I'm
had.
gonna make you love it.
No, I will. All right, so let me restate it. Let me rephrase
It's too
it.
late.
I will be the best thing you ever have, but you will not have it.
That's manipulation, sir.
Definitely manipulation. Manipulate.
Sorry.
You manipulate. You manipulate.
And it was Mr. Brown that said that.
You manipulated and gave him the dick.
You gonna manipulate me? That's what
What you
you
did.
Well, yeah, man. Like, but that's also not knowing. Like when Ty get a little older, I'm gonna have him and Shar go on a date, and have Shar like
Teach him how to be a man.
teach him how to.
Chivalry.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, because I'm not gonna do it, but.
I think y'all should do a double date. It should be you and your wife and him and whoever he's dating. And that should be one of the very first dates. So
The very first, before he takes Shar on a date?
No. You and Shar and him and whoever. So like
Because that's his dad showing him.
Exactly.
That's what.
So it's
that's what he
literally
did.
you showing
I
him
was gonna say the same
everything. So have a conversation. Listen, everything that I'm about to teach you, I need you to pay attention.
So don't send him and Shar on
Nope.
a date first?
Nope.
No.
Because
You drive. You open doors.
Yeah,
you
all
pay, like that's
like all
what
that.
you
You
do.
show him all of that. Like you show
You
him
open
that.
doors.
And then after that, then you have them go just without them.
Just so,
So
that
now
she
it's
can
like,
come
All
back.
right, so,
Show
wait,
me.
so,
Get
all right,
everything
so,
right.
all right. What if they go first and she tell him, and then we go, and it's me proving everything that she said? Do that make sense or no?
That makes sense.
It makes sense, but because I didn't say it, I don't like it. It makes sense though. No, I mean,
But I do like that though. I like yours too.
I like,
Yeah,
and
I
again,
like
like,
yours too.
I don't know. It's one of them. It was never done for me. So, and I'm not throwing shade at your pop. I don't think it was ever done for you either. But I think from you, watching them grow up, you definitely saw some stuff and like, all right, I know what to do, what not to do.
I was never like I when it came to girls, I always just like I just went for it. Like I ain't never had to like, yeah, I mean,
Gotcha.
I just went. And with the last girl didn't like, I just changed it, and the next girl did like, and then it became a challenge for me.
That's how niggas learn.
So
Yeah, is that a trauma?
It could be.
Yeah.
But no, it's not. Because you're learning on the fly. Like, life is teaching you.
Yeah.
Learning on the fly. I don't think it's necessarily trauma.
I definitely went in a relationship blind. Like I didn't. I don't know. Like it was like, oh, you want me to open the door? Oh, I'm like, okay, here's the door. You want me to buy popcorn? Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those. Until you start becoming hip with the game. Hey, you look like you are 12.
But I'm going to tell you what the trauma is.
You going to get a child ticket.
I'm gonna
Yo,
tell
that's
you.
a trauma. That's a trauma.
But I'm going to tell you what is the trauma that we don't think about. As we get older, right? We always think that we have to pay for the woman. So you figure being a young boy with $20 allowance. You take your little 20, you hold it, you go to movies, it's $5, right? So you figure it was $4.50 up Cotton, right?
Yeah.
So you figure I got
nowadays
right.
the ticket
So I'm
itself
saying-
is $20.
Right. No, mine's still $6. I don't know where you going. You gotta go to AMC. I got the plug. I got you.
Well, send everybody home.
Yeah, I know.
That's simple. Steph know too. Y'all be tripping.
Yeah, I canceled that shit though.
Nah, I ain't cancel mine. I still got it. Last thing I saw was Jurassic
I go to
Park.
matinees. I can spend my little.
Definitely going to them too. So your monsters are. I got $20. I gotta make this $20 work. But I'm trying to impress this girl with this little ass $20. So I pay for me. The movies pay for you. That's what. That's what. $4.50. That's $9 right there. You want some popcorn?
I'm gonna take you to McDonald's.
You
after this.
sharing that
No,
shit.
now, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do is after we leave the movie theaters on Cottman Avenue or Cottman Belston, we gonna walk to the Wendy's before we get on the 70 bus. We gonna get about 3 to 4 junior bacon cheeseburgers in the front, and we good. I done worked the hell out of that $20.
3 to 4.
That's facts.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the one not gonna fill you up. I don't care how old you are.
I was not expecting this nigga
Bro,
to say that.
Listen, you keep fucking.
I was worried because I thought we were gonna eat that shit.
We gonna eat that. So we're not eating up the movie theaters. We're not doing that.
We going to McDonald's.
If you say you want it, I feel inclined to have to pay for it. But it's like I can't tell you I ain't got it. I'm gonna tell you I ain't got it. No, I'm gonna pay for it.
That's the travel.
And then afterwards, you sitting there mad as shit, broke and hungry. Like you hungry, you shit the popcorn. You didn't want the popcorn. You sitting there mad as hell. Go to Wendy's. No, I ain't like Wendy's. My stomach hurt. You make me hold my stomach hurt. You don't want nothing for Wendy's? No, because I feel like I gotta go to the bathroom. Why you? I'm not using that public bathroom. You made this whole lie because you just ain't got it. I know y'all did that before, probably not that same scenario, bro. Like, that's a trauma, bro. So you get a relationship, you older, now you think you gotta ball out. So you got all this money for nothing.
Shit.
And the whole time, show you just one time.
Bro, we went to Chili's for our anniversary, bro. Simply because Monty was like, let's do something different. A nigga had a triple dip. Where you get to pick 3 little appetizers.
Oh, alright, yeah.
That shit was bro, that shit was $13.99.
I ain't mad at you. Get that.
You know what, man? I meant to ask this like episodes ago. Like, what was y'all worst date? When you said that shit, it triggered.
Just now?
Yeah,
I mean, that was
it
just a
triggered
scenario. That
a
wasn't a
date
real
that
date.
I went on, right? Because I went and got like $300 out the ATM, right?
You was balling.
Met this chick, went to go pick her up. She lived in North.
Oh, you was picking them up. You was drawing. I wasn't doing that.
I go, this was like,
I wasn't doing it.
I was like 20 something.
I was still on 7%. Or we was in her car. Or means I share with my mama car. Or bride car. You're tripping.
So I go pick her up. She lived out North. She got a little sex. She got these little jeans on. Got her little stomach out. You know what I mean? Her who ladies out and shit like that. I'm like, so where you want to go? Like, I got a couple spots in mind, but I just want to let you, give you the option first before I, you know what I mean? And she was like, oh, we could go to this little spot out there. And we went to a fucking bar on like 24th and fucking,
You should have left her
after
there.
Lehigh?
It doesn't matter.
Indiana
Like right
or Cumberland.
Which I go for? Wings and fries?
Oh my! You went there?
They were
Nigga,
Buffalo Wings.
it was one of them Johns. It was Indiana or Cumberland or 24th and something.
You had a
right?
freaky shirt on?
So we go. No, this is pre freaky shirt.
White
Pre-freaky
t-shirt, tight ball?
I had cooler. I think I had like a polo outfit on.
I think it's
or
either
something like
Indiana
that.
or Somerset.
Somerset.
But
I think it's
know-
Somerset.
I know exactly what bar you're talking about.
I think it's Somerset. So listen, this is what happened, right?
I don't like this
I
stuff.
park. We walk in the John.
This nigga's in the trenches, by the way.
But Nugget used to look. I was cool around. Not saying I was like I'm good in every hood, but Nugget lived on 25th and Gore, 25th and Europe.
I'm
So
going.
I mean, I knew a lot of the old heads around there and shit like that. But I never been down that far to North. Like, so we in there, we drinking.
She wasn't Henny Wings.
I don't remember what we had to eat.
Bro, it was wings.
Matter
It was wings and fries. It was bar food. Y'all
It was
had
probably
wings,
bar food,
fries,
yeah.
and mozzarella sticks.
But I'm about to tell you, we didn't get to the eating part yet. We only had it. We was on like our second drink. We was just talking. She was like, "You see that nigga down there? That's a lot of niggas down there. Like, what nigga?" She like the bull with the red hat on. I'm like, yeah. She like, him and my brother beefing and shit. You done brought me to a fucking bar where the ops is at. She fucking crazy.
Trying to get you killed.
No, so I'm like,
What you want me to do?
like I see Man, like kind of like look up and see, like look like he scouring the room and shit like that. So I'm just like, yo, this shit ain't gonna go good. Call Justin. I said, Justin, call me in a frantic in 6 minutes.
Cause you cried.
Just called me. He was like, yo, bro, Jared. And I'm like, what? And he's on speaker. Mind you, we in a bar. But she like right here. So I got the joint on speaker. He did what? Did what? No, I'm on my way, man. I'm on my way. She like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? Like, you about to rumble? You got the gun? Dog, man, I dropped the asshole.
Went to bed.
That nigga with the Wendy's to get a Junior Bacon cheeseburger.
I think I
And a Frosty.
I don't know, I probably went back home, got some Chinese food, some shit like that. But I called Justin
Damn,
back.
I did though.
Called Justin back. He like, yo, you good? I'm like, no, nigga, this bitch just had me in the bar with her fucking brother was beefing with the nigga. Like, dog,
Shot at.
that shit was like, but that is like, dog, I literally thought we was about to go like somewhere. Like I had a nice little outfit on. She had a nice little outfit on to go to the fucking bar.
Good bitch shit.
That's a
$300, dog. We could have went to fucking Roof Chris or some shit.
with the Fogo or some shit.
Yeah, like I literally took $300 out the bank and was like, cause she was a nice joint
Tell
too.
you what my trauma was. When I was
She was
a young
nice.
adult coming up. Me and the chick went to Cheesecake Factory the very first time I had.
That used to be my first
Cheesecake
dig spot.
Factory. No, I told you what mine was.
Yeah, you out of pocket.
Now, originally, she was supposed to pay for it. So I'm like, all right. And I'm still ordering light. So we got, she's like, yeah, something. You got this, right?
Chicken Franklin's French fries.
I just, some pasta, I don't know. But if you go to Cheesecake Factory, you have to get cheesecake.
Cheesecake, yeah.
I didn't get the cheesecake because I could not afford it. If I'm looking at my account, I had like $47 in the account. So I'm like,
But she said she was gonna pay.
till I got there, it was salty.
Why did she say she was gonna pay?
Who knows? Don't care.
So
Didn't
she
matter.
get to go to wherever she
It
wants.
didn't
Nut
matter.
ass broad.
So at this time, we don't have Dave and Bridget and all them other apps and Albert and stuff. So I'm just sitting looking like, I don't know how I'm about to make this over $42 work because this ain't it. I don't know how this.
You ain't say go Dutch?
I suggested that after the fact, but then it was just like I felt like I was going to be a sucker. So it was like, I mean, if you ain't got it, I'll cover it. But I really didn't have it. I think I had like $42 in my account. I had 47. The food came to 42. I said, let's go. It was a wrap. It was probably a 10-year gap before I went to Cheesecake Factory ever again because that was traumatized. She just set me up.
So
Set me up. Sting ho.
this gave me more so of a trauma with people's parents that I was dating.
Mm-hmm.
I probably said this before on the pod, I don't remember. I was dating a girl. She lived in Jersey. So all I had to do was
I got a Jersey story too.
all I had to do was go like take the speed line and then her mom would pick us up and then drop us off wherever we was going. That was a red flag to me at first, but like
Wasn't dating nobody that lived that far. Right across border to get to you, we ain't dating.
she was I think she was a year or two older than me and her mom was still driving around.
Said riding across the line.
Neither here or there, whatever the case may be. So my mom takes us to the mall where it's like, you know, the movie theaters at and shit in
Sure.
Jersey, whatever. I don't remember. But we eat, and then after we eat, we go to the movie. We get out of the movie.
I never understand how people eat and then go to the movies because I'm sleep.
Cause it was the typical date, dinner and a movie.
Yeah, but no, but don't eat first. I'm sleep.
Yeah.
So after that, after the movie is over, as soon as she turned her phone off of vibrate, like the minute you see her hitting the button, and as soon as she hit the last button, her mom called. Is the movie over yet? Yeah, the movie just ended. And I was like, that's your mom? She's like, yeah. Her mom was like, all right, I'm waiting for y'all. Waiting for us where? Come to find out, her mom's in the parking lot already. So we get to the car. Mom asking questions. How was the movie? And this, that, and the third. It was good. And then she just asked her mom, what did you do? Like, did you run errands? She's like, oh no, I went to the bank and I came back. So you sat in the car
2
in the
hours.
summer. It was more than 2 hours. Because again, we ate.
Yeah, go see Avatar.
We
Titanic?
ate. No, so the thing is, we
I was
ate.
thinking that is like a. I hope it was.
Oh,
like,
you did
no.
say y'all ate and then yeah.
We ate, and then after we ate, the movie was like 45 minutes.
Do you think she was spying on y'all?
Absolutely.
I don't know if she was
Like
fine.
got out the car and
Probably,
She waited
bro.
on
Listen,
them to leave out there joint to do something else.
bro.
Clearly she wasn't.
She literally Wait, like I said,
If she was outside-
the bank was 5 minutes away from them because we passed the bank on the way to the mall. So she went to the bank, did whatever she had to do at the bank, and sat in her car in a hot summer day
She went and took out $40 and sat in the car.
until we were done our date.
Oh, wow. Yo, let me ask you, do you think because they normally say this, they say we're not taught to like we're taught to be hoes. Do y'all believe that?
No.
I don't believe that either. I hate when people say that, and I see a lot of black men saying that. They saying in our culture we're taught to like be like
Tell you the
go
best.
out there and just how you say it?
Slay?
Slay these
Oh,
hoes, or sow your royal oats
I'm gonna
and
tell y'all the best worst advice that my dad ever gave me as a young boy. I live in North Philly.
the best
worst advice as a young boy.
Let's
that he
go.
gave me. I live in North Philly. This is I'm talking as my dad.
Mhm.
Your mom is always at work. You got the house to yourself. What are you doing? Listen. He said, if I was your age, your mom don't come in the basement unless she wash your clothes. You got the TV, the game, you got your own little castle, your own little domain down here. You should be running through them. Told me that at about 12. From about 14 to about 19, that's what I did. Because you gave me the blueprint.
That's wow.
You gave me the blueprint, bro. Wow. Talk about a trauma that was bad, because then when I wanted to stop, I couldn't stop. So it went to, for me, actually dealing with females to me flirting with females. And that's why I remember fucking marriage I was in it. Because I was fucking flirting with females. Didn't want to do nothing. I'm just flirting because it's naturally in me. So you want to talk about some shit that's traumatizing? He did it.
Man.
So it's like, yo, gave me the whole blueprint at a young age. So it's like, yo, you gotta chill. Yes, I gotta chill.
How many? So clearly, you smashed 4 years worth of chicks in your mom's house.
Yes.
How many chicks you smashed in your mom's house?
Every chick I smashed was in my mom's house.
Every chick.
Every single one.
God damn.
2.
2? No, I smashed one
Except
chick
for
in
one.
my.
Every except no. Yeah, every single.
Growing up, I smashed one chick in my parents' house. Right. We was talking.
The main one is in the room.
That's the only one that matters.
I mean, yeah.
Because you love your wife, right?
Love my wife.
I love my wife.
It doesn't matter because you love your wife.
I love my wife.
Y'all already know.
We I was messing with this chick. She came to the crib, right? It's the first time I ever had a chick. I never even brought chicks to the crib. Like, never. Like,
I had my own house.
basically. Man, this is probably the worst Diddy Bop I ever had in my life. Like, if I could have got a BDR, a bad BDR, this is the one. I was so nervous.
Bad dick rating.
Dick rating, yeah, or
All
dick
right.
report. I was so nervous, right? We was in the room, and you know, my pop used to park in the back. But sometimes my pop would get off early and shit like that. When I tell you, I'm like 4 pumps, get up, go look out the window, come back, 4 pumps, get up, go look out the
What was the
window.
point of doing it, bro? I'm
Because
confused.
I was nervous, like I'm getting
that's what I'm
caught.
saying. What was the point of doing it if you can be that nervous?
Cause like if it was an opportunity to get some ass, I was getting some ass.
Not four.
Yeah. It was to the point now I gotta come back, slap it, bow, 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 get it up.
If you had a 4x4.
This nigga was giving her a 4 for 4.
No, getting that shit right back up, going back in, hearing somebody come through the back, get back up. She like, yo, stay in it. I'm like, you don't understand.
I hate you, yo. Why this
Yo,
always wild?
And
I
on
think
that
I was
note,
like 19, though. I was like 19, yeah, like 19, man. That shit was hilarious.
listen, and on that note, fellas, beautiful conversation.
Wait, I got a question.
Oh, you got a question?
I didn't know you had a question.
She said it.
I don't remember.
This was my partner in crime now. I don't know who you are anymore. You got married.
Guess what it was? He don't listen no more. He don't listen to
grew
her.
up in God.
He don't listen to her. He don't listen to nobody else. If you're somebody that talk, he be like, "Hi, Anthony." No. Put a camera. He said, "Oh no, I'm married."
I got more crazy date stories.
It's okay.
Man,
Don't even hear about them. It's alright.
Yeah.
So I know what I said a few weeks ago. So my
Oh, this shit ain't
question
working.
is, what would I don't want to use the word advice. I don't want to really use the word advice, but what would y'all say to the women that are dealing with that, like dealing with a man with trauma, and they may or may not know, or even if like the man expressed it, what would you say? Like, how should the woman try to react to that, or even approach the situation?
Me personally, if you're not accustomed to seeing that trauma or knowing of that trauma, don't deal with that man. I'm not even going. Yes, she could be your wife. Y'all could turn around and have the greatest life ever. I would say don't do it, because it takes so long to get out of that space. For you dealing with a man, so you already got to deal with an ego. You already got to deal with a person who's not comfortable letting you know the real shit. Mm-hmm. So the fact that you got to go through all these motions of getting to him so he can be comfortable talking to you, and then you got to go through it with him and still deal with some shit, and still got to figure out what's the triggers and what, like, I would say don't do it. Yes, I ended up with a wife with it, but I wouldn't. If I had a daughter, I would never want her to go through what Shar went through.
Agree 1,000%.
I'm going to have to agree to disagree with you. And the only reason I'm going to agree to disagree with you, I think everything that you said was phenomenal. It was spot on. I'm only going to agree to disagree with you because you look at where you were and you look at where you are now, and you're not the same person.
I can dig it.
So,
yeah, that's actually, so both sides is really good. How would they determine that though?
That's what I'm saying. Now, if it's something that if you feel like you can't deal with it, then just don't deal with it. But it's one of them things where you're not just gonna wake up one day and be like, I just can't do it. It's gonna be a whole process. It's gonna be like, so don't deal with more than you can deal with. Is what I would say.
Yeah. You absolutely right.
But
bro.
it's like people different. Like, the thing about us, and I'm not even sure. I can't even. Well, no. I feel like we were stubborn, and we were like in our ways, but we couldn't grasp what it was. Like at that moment, we just couldn't grasp it. Mm. And then life actually like taught us certain things. We were not terrible individuals. Well, you was terrible. You was terrible. No, but like we wasn't like terrible individuals. Like we had some good qualities to us. Like, so if you got a man and you see the good qualities, or if it's reversed, if you know a male and see a female that got the good qualities and the good qualities outweigh the bad, rock out, fight. If not,
I agree with everybody. I agree with you said. I agree with you said.
And I got one more question. So, with y'all all saying that, like, y'all technically, like, went into marriage with your own personal traumas. If y'all would, which I know y'all say that y'all, like, told y'all wives certain things, like, before y'all got married. If y'all would have told y'all wives, I'm not going to say everything, but the things that, like, it was hard for y'all to deal with, and if she would have suggested, like, therapy before y'all even got married, like, or even, like, in a relationship, or, like, during y'all relationship, what's that process like? Like, back then, I'm saying, like, in the moment, do y'all think that if your significant other suggested therapy, you would have done it?
Back then, it wouldn't have been fuck therapy, because back then, nobody knew with it. Like my mom later in life used to be like, you need to go to therapy. You're like, you need to go to therapy. Like,
Yo,
we all need to go to family therapy.
I feel like a lot of people who say Like, if I tell my mom or my dad or whatever that, like, you know, I'm thinking of going to therapy, and they say, yeah, well, you do need therapy. Motherfucker, you're the reason why I need therapy. You should go with me.
So for me, I probably wouldn't have done it, and here's why. I was taught that the therapist is the rapist. If you break down the word, it's spelled the same exact way. Mm-hmm. So my mindset was, you sit down, you have a conversation, people rape your mind and make you think this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. After I've gotten married, I went to one therapy session. I sat down with the guy. He was a really good guy. I sat down with the guy. We had a nice long conversation. The boy straight summed up my life with everything I gave him and told me who my two triggers were. I said, both of your triggers are your parents. I feel like I had to go back to no other session because you summed up so much. So you told me that my triggers were my parents.
I feel like that's the black community. Sorry.
No, but he wasn't black.
No, I'm saying that our triggers come directly from our parents.
Yep. Fix your face, guys.
No, that was.
He want to do this to you.
No, that was ill. Yeah, that was ill. Because I'd never heard that before.
The therapist and the rapist.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what I was taught.
I've heard.
So I mean, like, so I had a preconceived notion going into it. Like, I don't want to do it. So you're telling me
go to marriage counseling?
Yeah, we would. Now marriage counseling.
How different was marriage counseling from therapy? Because I didn't go to therapy until after marriage counseling.
Shout out to Apostle Michael Johnson. When I tell you,
Mike, right?
You do. The one that prophesied to you, you was like, how you know that?
Oh, Mike, you that pastor.
And said, yo, bro, I'm talking about that. I didn't tell nothing. He said, no, dude, like, how you know this?
No, like, and I think it was off of, like, he just was looking at me.
Yeah.
Don't look at me and learn me. Like,
he was breaking the soul.
What? Just by looking at me. He was like, hey, yo, let me holler at you real quick. And I'm like, all right, this is. I didn't do all that. I was just like, what's up? Because it was his pastor. Like, I knew who he was.
He broke down his rap name and everything. Broke, like, all that stuff down.
Yeah, like, dog, like, he was on.
You felt like he was levitating?
Let's wrap up, man.
So anyway,
fucking crying.
shout out to Apostle Johnson. We had marriage counseling with him, and he literally did the same thing that Pastor Tim did with you. He made you sit back and think about it. So I'm talking about my issues, you talking about your issues. We arguing, I'm let y'all argue, we're gonna bring it in. So that's what I tell you about, yo, if you got the right counsel, you go to marriage. I told you this too. Marriage counsel gonna have you in this joint. I don't even want to get married. Because it's gonna bring up stuff. It's gonna be an argument. You got to go back. Well, because when we argued, she said, and it was just he tore up so much stuff. It just had you like sit back and reflect. So yeah, marriage counseling was different from going to the actual therapist.
So for me, no, it wouldn't work. Simply because I wanted.
You wanted these Sundays?
No, I didn't think I needed help.
Yeah, that's the one too.
I didn't think I needed help.
Yep.
I thought
you need therapy.
I thought I was just gonna swallow my pride, rock out.
Steph swallows.
Go ahead, man. That was a good one, though. But go ahead.
Can't be the topic.
It's creamy.
All right, I'm sorry. Oh my God, yes, it is. Yes, if done right, it is.
Yo, come on, go.
So as I was saying,
it'll pack a lot of power.
I didn't want help. So
you cannot help people who don't want to be helped.
That's facts. Until they really want help. And the thing is,
yeah,
I'm not
that's
gonna say
that's the yeah. Go ahead,
I'm not gonna say necessarily I didn't want help.
You didn't want it.
I didn't know how to ask for it.
Jamie Foxx
and that may be more the thing. Like I didn't think that me going to therapy would have been productive. So yeah, I wouldn't take it. Now. I wouldn't take it then, but now definitely, obviously, now I would have definitely taken that opportunity.
I look at that shit like when I was in them stages of I don't need no help. It was because everybody else before me who made me who I am didn't need no fucking help. And it was like y'all are who y'all are. It's always preached to be who you are. Don't let nobody change you. And when I am treated this way, or when I decide to treat somebody of a nasty way, it was like, that's who I am. You take it or leave it. Respect who I am. But that shit was wrong. But we don't know that. We just think like, no, I'm being me. I am who I am. And if I wasn't, then why would I say I am?
In the biggest news every day I am.
The biggest thing for me was me trying to be like, yo, I'm petty. And then I really started thinking about it. I really wasn't petty, but I said it for so long, I just became petty. But then it's like, are you really petty or are you precise?
Keep going.
That nigga petty.
Whoa.
I'm precise.
I'm no longer petty.
When you stop? When you stop? Yep, it is. You gotta think about it.
It had to be this year.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I could have been petty and like, for example, when we was talking about the waters, I could have been petty and pulled up all the dates that, like, I could have showed you. Okay, I could say this episode we did it at the these episodes we did it at my house.
That's not petty. That's having receipts.
That's someone. That's but just precise.
Exactly. That's something I would have done.
I thought about doing it.
It's receipts.
So petty is just being aggressively precise.
Pretty much. But like
You got any more questions?
Prime example with the decision with man, right? Me being petty is me not having that. Me not saying absolutely positively nothing to you, and then you thinking I'm just looking at you the whole time. That's being petty.
Petty is looking at his hand and be like,
and then walking off. You see what I'm saying? That's petty. Precise is. But no, we never gonna talk.
His hand right here, my face right here. I'm like, then what?
That's petty. You see what I'm saying? I shake your hand, I walk off. You don't never talk to me ever again. You confused. I told last time we was cool.
He's not fucking confused, man. That nigga know exactly what the fuck.
See, I don't think I would have
going
laughed at his hand.
He knew what the fuck.
I think I would have
going
slapped it out the way.
Petty.
Yo.
Yo.
Yo, man, what's your appreciation, man?
What, you just asked me if I had more questions, and then
You did? Because
I got one more.
Oh, what's
One
up?
Jackie, one more thing.
So
No.
this is for y'all. So
Clearly.
I'm saying like the other two questions. Anyway, are y'all finished working through y'all trauma?
Absolutely not.
Nope. Still growing each and every day.
I'm definitely still growing. I will say that they aren't as heavy as they once were.
Right.
And part of the reason is because of the platform that we created for ourselves to have these conversations and get stuff out in the open. Some stuff, and I'm quite sure y'all wise may be sitting like, yo, I never really thought this way until you hear it on the pod. Like when Shar heard it, this nigga.
My lip did not do that, motherfucker.
Your belly did it.
It's gonna be like, oh,
Your belly doesn't wait.
you know, like something like that. But I mean, I'm not. What I will say is, like, once when you recognize at an older age what your traumas are or were, you can navigate better with them.
Mm-hmm. You can use them to your advantage.
Like I said before,
in a good way. Yeah.
Like I said before about Vienna sausages, that's a trauma. I'm never eating them.
Advice to the young brother.
It was a cannon.
Well, I don't know how he gonna use Vienna sausages to his advantage. So in that situation, no, you can't.
You bring
But-
some Vienna sausages in my house, I'm throwing them outside.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
I'm
that's so he
traumatized.
can. But with certain things that's like in your life that's traumatizing to you, or like that created
Is it a trigger?
a different
Vienna
persona.
sausages? A little bit.
So would you be mad at me if I got up and opened the can and started eating
I
everything?
will smack that devil in Bella Bowl. You nasty bastard. What you got them for? You too old for Vienna sausages. And you eat sardines too, don't you?
No.
You like to eat sardines.
No.
Sardines with eyes on it.
No. I eat pussy, but not sardines.
Yes, me too. What'd you say, Monty?
certain traumas, the way you can like y'all's retarded, man. The way you could transform certain traumas to benefit you is like yo, what the fuck, man? You gotta get the fuck out of here. I can't even remember my train of thought, man. Shit. No, like you just make it work for you. So like if one of your traumas was being petty. You can you could turn it into being precise. Change your vocabulary. Change how serious something could be when you can be petty, or learning the outcome of your pettiness when it comes to a situation, using it to your advantage. So that could be another thing. You got anything to add to the question?
Cool.
No, I think we need to.
I think Money had another question. No, I really think she did. Oh, okay.
Well, all right, fellas. Another great episode. Another great conversation. As we stated, this shit ain't for them. This is for us. They just get to be the fly on the wall.
All right, don't just say it like that. Like
No,
I say
no, say
what I said.
Say how you feel.
On my pod.
There you go. You have to understand that this is your pod.
I do understand that, but we ain't shit.
Hate the love of the underdog's about to be on top.
Y'all know
And I'm going shot.
Y'all know he's trying to be like Jamie St. Patrick and go political one day.
I mean, you saw what they got him at, right?
Political.
So they got him at, right?
My stories is too out to be political.
So was his. That's why he did.
But no,
Fuck it.
thanks for looking out to my brothers here. They make Pod Sundays great. Therapy.
Seraphy. Oh, he's back.
Therapy for the black man. And yeah, thanks for looking out, kind sir.
My thanks for looking out goes to my brothers right here who make Pod Sundays great.
My thanks for looking out goes to my wife for staying with me for 7 years when she should have left probably year one. I'm almost certain that some BS happened at least every year when she actually could have left, but she stayed. So love you, baby. You about to cry?
I was playing the soundtrack behind you.
No, that joint's whack. That joint's whack.
Shaw, baby, please. I love you. You my appreciation, baby. I love you, baby. Everything I do is do it for you and Hero. NTY. You mine, I'm yours, you mine. We all together and one. I love you, baby. Everything you need, I got it. Anything you want, I have it.
Don't say that.
Anything I take it back.
She gonna win another 1400.
She took the first 1400.
I said she gonna win another 1400.
He got it.
She got a whole bunch of gifts that's worth more than 14.
Hey, yo, Ian, do me a favor. Take us out.
Shut this shit down. Follow the game.
Shabba That's what you said. He said, Baha.
Follow the gang on BMW Podcast on social media platforms. Follow us on YouTube, man. You gotta let the gang. Follow me, ANT_N.I.C.E, ANT_nice215 on Twitter.
Oh, shoot.
Chef.
Chef Rome _89 on Instagram. Business page,
Yeah,
The Roman Way.
cut the lights off and shit.
The Roman Way. Also on Instagram, Facebook, Jerome Johnson. Steph.
Follow me at. I'm gonna change my Instagram name because I no longer want to be petty.
Precise Ruxpin.
Mama.
Precise Ruxpin. That's what I'm gonna change it to.
No, you gotta pay me for that, bro.
Precise Ruxpin on Instagram and Twitter. Fuck this nigga hurt. I say what I say on my pod because I better. Anyway.
You have to learn.
Yo, get the fuck out.
You have to learn that this is your pod. Say it with me. This is my pod.
My pie.
This is my pod.
My pod.
Oh, yes, I can.
Yes, I can. And on that note, we out.